Hi, my name is Sidhu. Some of you may know me, but for those who don't, I'm a fourth year medical student at Imperial, and this December I'm running a medical camp to help our women, children, and farmers in India. So come with me and let's go on the most unforgettable journey of my life. 10 volunteers paid for their own flights to India to conduct a medical camp in a rural village called Padgudalapalle in the state of Andhra Pradesh. I got a flight from London to Abu Dhabi, then another 4-hour flight to Chennai, with 10 other students coming in the following days. As you can imagine, there was a lot of setup and planning that had to be done beforehand, involving discussions with hospital directors, CEOs, and doctors to coordinate this project. A big shout out to our partner trusts, Subdigated Hospitals and Abhinav Eye Care for making this possible. Without them, these patients would not be getting the life-changing care that they need, and we are forever grateful for their support. Travelled from Chennai to the village in a van, high in spirit and excited for the experience ahead. 3, 2, 1. Day 1 involved a visit to the local school, where the children were very excited to see us, since this was the first time they saw foreigners in person.
So this is your man. Say hi.
Hello.
So your man, tell us what we've been doing.
Okay, mate. We've just touched down in the village yesterday.
Yeah.
Arrived at night, had a lovely sleep, well rested, had a shower this morning, woke up to this lovely view. Do you want to show them the view? It is gorgeous out here. And now we're going to the village. No, to the school, actually, to interact with the school kids.
Yeah.
Teach them some CPR. Teach them some English, hopefully. Play some footy with them. Just have a lovely time with the kids. It's going to be amazing, I'm pretty sure.
Nice.
Yeah, we've got the pillows to teach them how to do CPR.
We're improvising a little bit here with the pillows.
We played kabaddi, volleyball and football with them, and this was honestly one of the best parts of the trip. It was great seeing how happy these children were, especially in a time where social media and the internet dominate our modern society. So seeing these children reminded us of a time where the world was a lot simpler and every day was just filled with laughter, joy and optimism. After much convincing, we then called these children into the classroom and did a first aid workshop with them. Cardiopulmonary resuscitation, or CPR, is one of the most vital skills which is simply not taught in school curriculums, and its impact can be massive. Bystanders who witness a cardiac arrest and perform CPR increase the patient's survival by up to 24%, which can make a massive difference in rural areas where there is a lack of facilities or tertiary care centres. We taught the children how to recognise someone in cardiac arrest, how to perform chest compressions, basic airway management, and how to handle a choking situation. These children were so enthusiastic, and we were shocked by how fast they learnt and how smart they were. It was an amazing session and was very useful for the kids, and it made us feel extremely satisfied knowing that we already made such a positive impact on just the first day. We then had some wonderful food which was cooked and coordinating by my amazing aunt Uma Atta, and after a full belly we had a look around the local area. It was breathtaking seeing the natural beauty of the village and surrounding area, and after a stressful time at uni and with work, this was exactly what we all needed. We rounded the day off with some dinner, and with my father giving a talk on the temple and some fundamentals on Hinduism. Day 2 was just as eventful as day 1, with an early start and an introduction to our eye care team from Abhinav Eye Clinic. They arrived in the early morning, and despite everyone feeling very tired already at this point, we had a quick turnaround and went back to the school to start our eye camp. All the children were buzzing, eagerly waiting for us whilst we were setting up. It was a fantastic start to the clinical portion of our health camp. We screened every child in the school from year 6 to year 10. Every single volunteer was excellent in all kinds of ways, from our medical students quickly adapting to using the refraction machines and performing clinical examinations, to the volunteers handling the registration desks. Our staff from Abhinav Eye Care were equally as professional and efficient, and their communication with the children and patients was top tier.
ఎర్రంపల్లెనా ఏం పేరు మీ పేరు ఏం చేస్తారు మీరు వ్యవసాయం చేసుకుంటావా ఇక ఇప్పుడు ఇంత పెద్ద క్యాంప్ పెట్టారు కదా ఏమనిపిస్తుంది మీకు బాగుంది కదా ఇక కానీ మాట్లాడినారా వీళ్ళు స్నేహంగా ఉంటున్నారా బాగుందా క్యాంప్ నడవడం బాగుంది కదా ఇక్కడ సంవత్సరానికి ఒకసారి
Everything is running smoothly. We've had conversations so far. Yeah, it's been really interesting. Even though we don't speak the language as well. Exactly, it's been really nice adapting our spaces to like adapt the language barrier. Patients wonderfully, really good. It's a good chance to practice your clinical skills.
We conducted the camp from morning till the end of the school day, making sure that no child or teacher was left out. We screened 200 children in the end, and ended up providing glasses for 100 of them. This day was an incredible success, and what made me happy was that we gave these children the opportunity for a better future with a very simple intervention. Some of these children came to us complaining about how their teachers and parents kept punishing them for not studying, through giving detentions or various other punishments. But it turns out that half of these children couldn't even see the letters on the board clearly. Our eyesight is such an important gift to us, and because these children have gotten theirs fixed, they are able to read better and focus for longer periods of time. I think this just shows how difficult it is to break the cycle of poverty, because even just being able to see is a luxury that not every child has, and that is something that we all need to be grateful for. After wrapping up the camp, the teachers invited us for an assembly, and we were met with a standing ovation.
I'm not champion.
They said some incredibly nice words for us, and it was inspiring to see that because of our work, we had motivated some of the children to want to be doctors themselves.
I want you all to believe in yourself, never lose confidence, and you are important and you are loved, and always remember that. அதனால அதுக்கு ரொம்ப நன்றி. அண்ட் நாங்கள் பண்ண ஹெல்ப் எல்லாம் ஹோப்ஃபுல்லி அவங்களுக்கு யூஸாக இருக்கும்னு நினைக்கிறேன். அண்ட் அவ்வளோதான், நீங்கள் எல்லாரும் ஹோப்ஃபுல்லி நல்லா சந்தோஷமா இருக்கீங்க. தேங்க்யூ.
It felt like such a big honour to be on that stage, and it made us feel grateful to be in a position that so many others just dreamed to be in. We ended the day with the walk back to our home, witnessing the most surreal sunset, taking some pictures along the way. It was the most perfect end to the most perfect day. Day 3 was our eye camp in the village. We set up our clinic and got to work straight away. This day presented its own challenges with the work, as treating adults was a very different story to treating children. Due to the lack of education for these patients, it was quite difficult for us to perform clinical examinations on them, since they couldn't understand our instructions clearly. This slowed down the flow a little bit, but we managed to pick it back up with the help of our amazing translators. There were all kinds of problems with the patient population, from cataracts to severe refractive errors. A big issue was the exposure to the sun. Since these patients were farmers, most of them were working long hours in the field with a lot of exposure to ultraviolet rays from the sun. Over several years, this has led to many of them developing cataracts. This links back to the importance of education and staying informed, as there was a lack of knowledge to use sunglasses to protect your eyes, and why that was needed. A further point to highlight is the issue with the healthcare system. Patients are not being actively screened for conditions, as we have in the UK, with things such as blood pressure or sugar checks, and what ends up happening is they go see a doctor only when something is wrong, at which point it can end up being too late or more complicated to treat. Having regular screenings such as what we have done here can lower cost of treatment for patients, and this is something we educated our farmers about. Day 2 ended with 460 patients seen and 195 provided with glasses, with a conclusion to the eye camp. I could not be prouder of our team from Abhinav Eye Care and our medical students, and we said our goodbyes to them with much gratitude for their help. Thank you Abhinav Eye Care, and everyone watching, please visit and support them as they do many similar projects around India. I will put a link to their website in the bio. After some dinner, our medical supplies came in the evening. Despite everyone being tired at 11 in the night, everyone put in a shift to take an inventory and count every single last tablet that we had in stock. We were so happy that we had this team, who genuinely felt like a family, and it was moments like this that really kept up morale and our team spirit high. We knew that no matter what, the team would be there for us when we needed them, and that kept us all going. Day 4 was the start of our general health camp. This was probably the biggest and most difficult day on this camp. We started the day with a walk through the village and a visit to the nearest clinic. It was very eye-opening listening to the local doctor about the challenges they face with treating their patients. Despite there being a clinic, many patients don't even know about it, struggle to come due to the distance, or feel hesitant to come, especially for women due to the stigma around seeing a doctor. There is very much a belief that seeing a doctor means there is something wrong with you and that you need fixing. This sort of mindset presents its challenges, as patients are not being seen even when they need life-saving care. So even if we set up hundreds of hospitals in the area, it wouldn't fix that fundamental issue. This is one of the long-term aims of the initiative, to not only have a short-term impact through the delivery of medical care, but also to have a longer-term impact through education and teaching. We hope that with donations and your support, we will be able to open more camps in the future and expand our services to include more educational workshops, with the eventual goal of opening a school. We then met the team of doctors from Saptagiri hospitals. We had multiple specialists, including heart doctors, surgeons including bone doctors as well, ear, nose, throat doctors, obstetricians, gynecologists and general practitioners. Our team got to work straight away, setting up the stations and laying out a plan of action for the day. We managed to get an ECG and echo machine, along with doing some basic observations such as blood pressure and sugar. The day started wonderfully with plenty of patients coming in and being referred for major surgeries. We saw so many patients with heart problems with things like holes in the heart or the heart being the incorrect shape. It got to a point where we were scanning pretty much every patient with an echo due to complaints of how their symptoms were impacting their day-to-day living. We also noticed on this day that there weren't many female patients coming to see our obstetricians, which links back to the stigma that patients were feeling to come see a doctor. Many patients were complaining of chronic pain, and an issue that we had was yes, we addressed it in the short term with painkillers and medication, but addressing the cause of the pain required longer term follow-up care and longer term support. Luckily, we had the support of the local clinic, and we informed these patients of the available services, many of whom didn't even know about it. Patients who required operations were then referred to Saptagiri hospitals in Bangalore, who took up their cases for free. We worked into the evening, screening around 220 patients and referring 40 people for specialist treatments. Our work was almost done, and all of us had only one regret, that the trip was going to finish soon. Day 5 was probably the busiest day. As a team, we sat together the night before and reflected on our experiences from day 4. We highlighted a few challenges we faced, including how to improve the triaging of patients and how to encourage more women to come to our clinic. Problem solving is very important when undertaking a project such as this, and implementing solutions involves contribution from the entire team. We contacted the local school to encourage the girls to bring their family to the camp, and we rearranged the structure of the various stations to improve the patient flow. These are 2 examples of many challenges that we faced, and I am grateful for the professional and resilient attitude of the team to be able to problem solve on the fly. Our medical students conducted examinations with the help of our translators, and we were able to educate patients on all sorts of health issues. A common issue that farmers faced was arthritis due to the repeated stress on their knees from bending all day for multiple years, and this was something that they just never knew about. It can be very empowering for a patient to be given this sort of information because it allows them to make lifestyle choices with full autonomy. We saw children with severe genetic heart problems, and it was heartbreaking knowing how much they were suffering with these conditions. Everyone worked so hard on this day, which resulted in 374 patients being seen and 40 referrals. After some final words from the head of the trust, we gave everyone a memento and certificate. To be honest, this was very little to show just how grateful we are for the team. They did this for free and as a charity. From our doctors to our nurses, to the team at Abhinav Eye Care, to the team from Saptagiri Hospitals, to our volunteers and our translators, to the teachers and student helpers, to everyone who donated or even just shared our story, thank you so much. None of this wouldn't have been possible without every single person's help. You all managed to make a dream we had into a reality, to be able to help the people in this village. And to my Imperial College Medical students, guys, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. I think wherever we all end up in our careers, I'm never going to forget the time that we spent together. Kinthia, Anusha, Kelena, Kirthana, Akil, Yaman, Cameron, Adam, Neha, Shri. I love all of you guys and wish the best for whatever you do. It was an honour going through this journey with you, from initial applications to meeting you for the first time to managing to execute this into a reality. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. And finally, but not least, thank you to my family. Suresh Babai, me help lekunda em jarigadu ground lo. So thank you so much. Umatta kitchen lo chala baga pani chestunaru. Food was excellent. Thank you so much. Anu Pinni, Arunata, thank you for being amazing volunteers. To my cousins Jesse, Tinku, Manish, thank you for helping us out. To my cousin Nichu, thank you for letting us borrow your car. And finally, biggest thanks, Amma, Nana. I am the person I am today because of you, and nothing would happen without your support. I hope that I've made all of you proud, and I hope we can continue this work into the future. For everyone watching to the end, thank you. Please visit us on our socials to keep updated, and visit our website in the link below. I'll see everyone in the next one. Peace.